Lolly ho, everybody! Welcome back to the Shark Stream. It's me, it's Gage, and it's Final Fantasy XIV. Clearly, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to Cape Westwind, the hardest boss in the game. He looks pretty tough. Look at that guy. Hey man, what's your name? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Anyway, we're not just gonna ignore him for a second. I hope you're all doing well. I know I'm doing well. I just got back. Oh, and tell me if my audio's being weird again, because I want to avoid that. But I just got back from running a number of errands. And just... it's been a bit of a day. Not too bad, thankfully. Among other things, I think I might have mentioned this recently. I picked up a copy of Cyberpunk 2077 because I didn't have to pay full price for it. It was $10 at Best Buy. And when I picked it up, they had a deal going on where for another $10, you could get a steelbook case for it. And I gotta tell you, I'm a bitch who loves a steelbook. A bitch loves a steelbook, and in this situation, I'm the bitch. So, I have a Cyberpunk 2077 steelbook case now. I'm gonna just transfer everything into that, if you'll bear with me. Which one is this? This is disc 2, probably because disc 1's still in the Xbox. Alright, which one of these is the lower? Is it this one? Yeah, it is. Okay. And then take out all the stuff that's in all the inserts and everything. Throw those in here. MIDI big jump. There she goes. Okay. I like this thing. Best Buy has this thing that it does. Oh god, is this gonna come off easy? Please come off easy. This fucking sticker. Oh no, it's not coming off easy. Oh, that's fucking tragic. Okay, well that's gonna have to be something that I'm gonna worry about later on. The Best Buy has this thing that it does where they tend to be the retailer that has like all the sick-ass steelbook covers for games. But they do this thing recently where you can actually buy the steelbook separate from the game itself. So if you missed out on like the special edition pre-order and they have like leftovers, then you can just buy the steelbook case and then just transfer all your shit into it. They had the one for Resident Evil Village, which I was really excited about. Okay. And that's enough dilly-dally, shilly-shallying around. Let's take this guy out. I am so incredibly over-leveled for this. Let's see how this goes. Oh my god! That was like a third of his health bar. Sir, are you okay? Haha, I'm kidding. I don't care. Wow, that was comical. Da 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 da! Victory! Where's the exit? There it is. So last time we streamed, we had continued our replay or our new game plus of Hildebrand, Agent of Enquiry. Or we had completed another episode of it, and I believe today we are going to be diving into the final episode of Hildebrand, Agent of Enquiry. Ah, I'm standing on the bed now. The Shades of Sildee. Sildee? 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 We gotta go to Ul'dah. I have chips because I needed to snack on something so I could start drinking my energy drink. Well, apparently, there's some roast chicken on the way, which I'm excited about. Oh. Right. Here we go. Game audio might help. Good thing we did that before we actually started the... what's the word I'm looking for? The mission proper. It's nighttime here in Ul'dah. Very calming music here at night. Da 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 da. The dancing Miko girls. Ever present. For my energy drinks this week, the gas station that I sometimes go to pick up drinks for the stream, it seems like they're phasing out the brand of energy drink I usually get, Mountain Dew Rise. So they have less and less of them left. But more recently, the fridge towards the front door only had berry blitz flavor. None of the like pomegranate. There were some pomegranate ones in like the fridge in the back, but none of the pomegranate ones, none of the orange citrus or the strawberry melon or what have you, the peach mango or anything. Just berry blitz. So I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. And I bought 4 berry blitzes. I realize now that I should have bought 5 because I'm going to be streaming on Sunday too. But alas, here we are. And here's Ellie. Hey Ellie, how you doing? Ellie would share with you a shocking new turn in the Phantom Thief case. I was wondering when you'd show up, Igeld. I hope you haven't made any plans for the night because we've got a situation on our hands. Remember our good friend, the Phantom Thief? Well, it seems he's decided to branch out from burglary to cold-blooded murder. If the rumors are to be believed, he's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of Ul'dah's society. Mr. Manyfaces has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. The message is always the same. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. More riddles. Not that you'll hear me complaining. No, the only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke, the Mithril Eye's been selling like Pond's cakes. What's a Pond's cake? The only rub is that it's left me no time to look into the thief's last message. Until now, that is. Shall we, Igeld? The hidden treasure of Ul'dah, was it? If there's anyone who could shed some light on this, it's you-know-who. To Sun Silk Tapestries. Do I know who? Oh, Wymond. Wymond? Okay, it's gonna be way easier for me to get out over here. Honestly, I should have remembered that the last thing that we did was in the Colosseum and just, like, started here. But what are you gonna do? Very low-key music. Very lo-fi hip-hop beats to study and relax to. Not really, but like... I'm over here trying to get, like, hopped up on energy drink. And this music is just calming me. It's like... Why is everybody playing Triple Triad with Wymond? Wymond, what's the deal? Well now, if it ain't my favourite venturer, and my favourite Mithril Eye reporter along with her. Tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? Lo-fi beats to solve mysteries, too. Well, I see. As much as I'd like to help 2 lovely ladies, I'm afraid you've found old Wymond as a loss. Ul'dah has more than its fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I reckon our phantom thief could be after just about any of them. Well, I can tell you this much, though. Whatever the thief's got his eyes on, it's got the Sultan sworn at a right dither. Word has it they formed a regiment of their best and brightest to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. The Sultan sworn aren't like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Come on, Igeld. I'd say it's time we paid a visit to the heart of the sworn. Oi, hold up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourselves involved with this. There's a dragon in my head. It's very uncomfortable. This person's name is Sorty. That's a great name. But why do you have an axe? How are you going to call yourself Sorty and then wield an axe? Like, I feel... Anyway. A man in my business develops a nose for danger, and this time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours out at risk trying to play hero. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you that I'm ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, Igeld. Time is of the essence. I'm gonna make a gross noise real quick. 1 second. Excuse me. I muted myself, but, like, believe me, the noise was disgusting. Where am I going? Probably this way. Excuse me. Hey, hup. Chips. Uh-huh. I got sour cream and onion ruffles. Wait, is this not where I'm supposed to be? Oh, it's over at the Alchemist Guild. Okay, where's the nearest fucking... Here we go. Iggy Juju Firstborn? I always love seeing, like, really good names in and around the starting cities. Hello? Oh! Humphrey! Where have I seen this man before? Halt! Only authorized personnel are allowed in... To thal bugger me with a broadsword! It's the Gentleman of Light's adventuring companion and that catty but cute reporter from the Mithril Eye. Well, well, if it isn't the self-styled Warrior of Light. Tell me, what tall tales did you spin to the Sultan Sworn recruiter to land yourself in this position? Only the 12's honest truth, miss. Seeing the Gentleman of Light standing tall and triumphant that day, it moved me, to the depths of me soul-like. I vowed to put aside my sketchy past and serve the realm just like my hero, Master Hildebrand. The Sultan Sworn were impressed with my commitment and sword arm, and they gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Wait, don't tell me. You've come to assist Master Hildebrand in this investigation, haven't you? Cor, why didn't you say so sooner? It's the least I could do to help the two ladies who united me with my role model. So, my favorite part... So, I love this mission. Like, this whole episode. And it's in part because we get to see kind of the fruits of our labors over the last few episodes. You'll be wanting to speak with Felice. She's one of the Sworn's best, and something of a history buff, it'd seem. When she heard the thief was targeting the 4 relics of Belladia, she personally stepped forward and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has the information you're looking for, it'd be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you not to touch anything. I don't know why I did that. Pleasure to meet you, Felice. My name is Ellie from the Mithril Eye. As you may have heard, we're researching the Phantom Thief case and would appreciate information that might shed light on recent events. Pleasure is mine, Miss Ellie, and if I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion friend here one Igeld Sjork, yes? Yeah, that's me. Hello, I am Igeld. You know Igeld? As any regular reader of the Mithril Eye would, I must confess being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Though it hardly befits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping that you would show up to assist in the investigation. Doubtless the inspector, too, will also welcome a helping hand. Oh, hey. The Sultan Sworn, the elite of Ul'dah's elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far. Inspector Briardian, always one step ahead of us. Miss Ellie, Eigeld, a moment if you would. Right there, very good. Now face me, and don't move an elm. Okay. Inspector, what is that in your... Demasking dust, a formula of my own devising that would allow us to see right through the thief's disguises. Analyzing the mask left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counteragent that would dissolve the disguise whilst leaving the wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. Brilliant, Inspector! The Phantom Thieves pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. I fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan Sworn at our disposal, we were only able to produce a limited supply. I see. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? A hidden treasure of Ul'dah, the last of the 4 lost relics of Belladia. I fear not. I've pored through the histories time and again, but the only mention of these 4 relics is a vague reference in an old prophecy. Most serious scholars consider it little more than a fairy tale. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. The legend goes on to describe 4 sacred artifacts, each one possessed by these 4 Belladian heroes, but makes no mention as to the appearance or nature. Nature. Oh, I'm gonna eat chips. Okay. 3 times we have tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times he has foiled us by making us... fuck. I'm talking all day, and I just... Gotta do some facial stretches. Hold on. 3 times we have tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times has he foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play to the fiend's strengths. All artifacts of Belladian origin have been sealed within the royal vault, and a regiment of our finest assigned to its protection. I have furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. The blackguard will be in chains before he can lay a dirty hand on the vault doors, let alone the treasures within. You have our word, my lady. Okay, bye, you. But there are even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless you have heard of the recent rash of murders perpetrated by our quarry. The Sultan Sworn have launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we have been far too occupied with the defense of the vaults to make any meaningful progress. We would be most grateful for any assistance you could offer. A lady asks, and a gentleman answers! Briardian's just like, if I don't turn around, maybe he'll go away. Cast all worry from your heart, my lady. Hildebrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. And this must be the demasking dust that is the talk of dust that is the talk of the palace. Ah, but you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. A shame, that.
Inspector Hildebrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I will share all I know about the recent murders. The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far: the head of a publishing consortium, a high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that they were all influential figures in their respective circles, we can identify no common threads connecting them.
Peh. So, I recently... Well, let's get through this cutscene, and then I'll talk about the information that I learned recently. Oh ho! This will prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what of the method of killing? Conked over the head with a cudgel? Gutted with a greatsword? Strangled with a subligar, mayhap?
I'm afraid that we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the deaths of 2 more even as we speak. We must take action, and quickly.
Understood, my lady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar-turned-butcher delivered to justice.
Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildebrand. Friends, please take this demasking dust with... Demasking dust.
Okay.
This demasking dust with you. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you will put it to good use.
Alright, dope. Ellie?
He may have 1,000 faces, but with Inspector Biagion's demasking dust, the masquerade will soon be over.
Felice? Smit Goodfellow? There he goes.
On behalf of the Sultan Sworn, your assistance with the murder investigation is greatly appreciated. Leave the defense of the royal vault to us.
Humphrey? The Gentleman of Light, in the flesh! Hells, he's every bit as muscular and majestic as I remembered! He sure is. So I found out that Hildebrand is 23 at this point in the story. Though he does have the... Okay, so here's the thing. Here's a bit of Hildebrand lore for you. So at the end of 1.0, Hildebrand launched himself towards the falling moon Dalamud. And in the process of reaching the falling moon of Dalamud, came into contact with some kind of Allegan technology that put his body into, like, a rigid stasis that seemed like he was dead. So when they buried him, he was just in stasis. But he stayed that way for the entirety of the 3 years that passed between 1.0 and 2.0. And thus, while he is 23 years old, he has the body of an 18-year-old. Hildebrand has the body... This is what an 18-year-old Highlander looks like. And that's hilarious to me. Hello, Lucas. Hildebrand does not strike me as an 18-year-old, quite frankly. That being said, I did find out some backstory about everybody's favorite mystery-solving cat girl. Cashew? I wanted to say cat girl and Nashu at the same time, and now she's a cashew. Nashu Makaraka Cashew TF. Anyway, I found out about Nashu's backstory, and honestly, it's kind of sad. Honestly, let's learn about everyone's favorite cat girl inspector assistant, Nashu Makaraka. Born under the boughs of the Black Shroud, Nashu was raised with the daughter of a poacher. After the tragic death of her mother on a hunt, the Keeper of the Moon Girl had little means to support herself and for a time lived in squalor, begging for scraps outside of the gates of Gridania proper, till she was finally able to gain employment on the outskirts of the city. A chance encounter with Hildebrand around her 13th name day, however, was to change her life forever. At the time, she toiled as a scullery maid and serving wench at a nameless tavern. There was a burglary, and she had been wrongly named the perpetrator when the neophyte agent of enquiry stumbled into the poorly lit establishment. Through deduction, or mayhap sheer fortune, he uncovered the true culprit. In that moment, Nashu became Hildebrand's greatest fan, and she has since worked as his assistant. Now 21, Nashu has an interest in mixing chemical compounds. though more often than not they prove highly volatile in nature. She grew up as one of 5 daughters, her younger sister being Masha Makaraka of the Singing Songbirds. Hildy Master Chief confirmed. He did an armor lock. Hello, Ixao. Welcome to the Shark Stream. Anyway, Hildebrand. Come to accompany me on yet another case, friend? I like your gusto, but if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled most ably. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly, Eigeld, my ever-loyal associate. Yes! And now, my ever-loyal associate, the investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 80 sins of the 80 sins of Sasamo. Sasamo? How do Lalafell names work again? Even the most circumspect of circumspect? Is that a word? Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues. Clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off. Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever-loyal associate. We must put Miss Felice's demasking dust to good use. And there they go. Alright. What is that? It's the Gate of the Sultana. Let's see if we can just warp to that. Hold on. Western Thanalan. Oh, here we go. Benoni is Hildebrand's ever-loyal associate. She sure is. Fuck, here we are. Where is everybody? Go lizard. Oh, there they are. Briardian, how you holding up? Flowers, how intriguing. Ooh, Big Total. Hey, Big Total, look, I got Big Total too. Okay, is much smaller Total. But look what Total does. Whee! Anyway. I just wanted to show that off. I love it. Hildebrand. Flowers. Yes, it is all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist who, in his hurry to escape, carelessly mislaid his wares. Just what do you think you're doing? Eh? I'm the one what put those flowers there, eh? To honor the memory of me poor boy. You dared defile his memory, eh? 1,000 pardons, my lady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. I swear to you, on my own dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. Yeah, speaking of your mom, ahem, as I was just saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which can only mean... Leave this place! Run away while you still can! Run far, far away! Run or it'll turn you into a zombie, just like my poor boy! A living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense. Not nonsense, my boy! History! Or have you not heard of the horrors of Ul'dah? Ul'dah's sibling nation against which we waged war centuries ago. Much blood was shed by both sides, but I speak of far greater horrors than death, an unholy draught brewed by a Sildian alchemist, one with the power to turn the living to the undead, that his nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers, the traitors spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap of rotten flesh and ran him through. But he won't hear that from the Sultan Sworn. Thal alone knows why, but they whisked the body away before I could so much as pay me last respects. The traitors spurn. I'd heard the stories, but I never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing, just who are we dealing with here?
A Sildin, I'm sure of it. Only a Sildin would know the recipe. But the last remnants of Sildin died 4 centuries ago, you say? Oh, they did. What the fuck is this laugh? He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does, but did it ever occur to ye that he might be an honest-to-God's phantom? Eh? Heard the tales from my own great-great-grandma, I did, about the 4 relics of Belladia and the powers they hold. The power to exact justice. A spectre of Sildé has returned to wreak vengeance on us. Woe unto us all! Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? My dear boy, if only you'd become a traitor like your father. If only you'd kept your nose out of those history books and never so much breathed the accursed name of Sildé. But you did, and now we're doomed. Doomed! That's how I choose to interpret that laugh. Well, that was weird. Nobody really knows how to react to that. Everyone's just like, what the fuck just happened? That bleeding horson's here somewhere. I can feel it in me follicles. The most potent hair tonic the realm has seen? Aye, then that it was, for all of a fortnight afore my flowing locks fell out all over again. And just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass at the quicksand just to twist the knife an extra ilm. Hey, who's that guy in the back there? Mountebank! Charlatan! I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band and I'll pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. There's a weird guy back there. What's he doing? Did I just completely wreck my voice on those 2 characters? Hold on. Ah. I can't wreck my vocal cords. I don't just need them for streaming. I also need them for my day job. Ba-ba-da-bop. Hildebramd. Weodian. Shades from Sildé. Living men turned to zombies. The old crone's lost not just her son, but her wits as well. Hildebrand, what do you think? Your opinion and your insight is so important to me. Hildebrand is onto something, or at least he thinks he is. It's all becoming clear to me now. That dear old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I had suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotting flesh, Hildebrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Open your ears and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Ahem. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and dead for nigh on centuries since meeting a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate this tortured soul that it might abandon its eventual vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. But what is the true nature of the spectre's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancor. Let us begin our search at the Thaumaturgus Guild. Doubtless the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Sildé might serve us well. Go research as you will, and do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Beardian. Whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild, it shall not escape my inspector's eye. I'd be much obliged if you could keep him out of my way, Eigeld. I have some real investigating to do, and would prefer to be free of distractions. Yeah, okay. Hazel, your chocobo, is really cool, by the way. Oh, thank you.
I need to look into... You can change chocobo colors by feeding them certain, like, fruits and veggies, but you have to have a chocobo stable to do so. Which is apparently a house thing, but Lord knows I haven't figured it out yet. But I want to change her color. I want her to be green. So, I recently came across an article about a game that is coming out on the Switch. And the article caught my eye because... Oh, God. What was the title? Hold on. Astria Ascending Preview. A gorgeous RPG where the heroes are... racist. Which I was just like... I'm sorry? So... And I mean, like, that's a hell of a title to give an article. And to the article's credit, it's not really clickbait. Because it's just like, no, that is an accurate description of the game. So, the whole concept of the game is meant to sort of explore that idea, like the whole just like, oh, it's an RPG, but the characters are racist, because it's like, the whole thing is that, just bear with me here, because it's going to make a lot of sense when I explain it, but then I'm going to make it worse. So, the concept surrounding it is that it takes place in a world where it's just like, oh, everybody lives in harmony thanks to this, like, fruit that they eat constantly, and they have to eat constantly, because I guess it's fruit that makes you not racist. And from the sound of things, the game's plot is intended to kind of explore that concept, like... Yeah, just bear with me. The game's plot is meant to explore that concept and explore that, like, you know, the harmony that this world is built on is not quite as spotless, shiny, clean as it seems at first. Which, like, okay, sure. And part of that is the protagonists, like, coming to terms with and learning about their own prejudices and their own bigotries and stuff like that. So you look at that and you're like, okay, there's the possibility for, like, a real kind of, like, deep reading here of, like, just kind of internalized racism and stuff like that. But here's the thing. And the article that I was reading really buries this part of it way down there. Like, I want to say it's one of the last paragraphs where it's just like, oh, the environments are gorgeous, the story is complex, the battle system, blah, 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 animated opening, so on and so forth. But then right at the end there, just before it wraps up, it mentions, quote-unquote, questionable character designs. And, it first brings up the, clothing that some of the female characters wear. And how, like, even characters that aren't, like, let's say, robust in their endowments, have some degree of jiggle physics, which the article notates can feel a bit fetishy. And it's like, okay, I'm not necessarily opposed to, like, sexy armor designs 100%, if they don't make it super weird. But here's the kicker. So then it brings up a race of characters in the game called, and I'm gonna hold off on telling you what the name of this race of characters is just for a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and describe them to you. Now, their role in the world, they are a small imp-like people who tend to be farmers, messengers, and servants. They can't talk in complete sentences, have black faces with bright red lips, and are treated with derision. This is me quoting the article directly. And are treated with derision by many people. Even Ul'dah, the voice of reason in the party, looks down upon them as nice as she is to them. This race in the game are called Migmies. Which I don't know about you, but sounds awful close to pygmies, which are like an actual race of people in Africa. I should mention, if the racial caricature wasn't already like super obvious. So this is awful. The game has blackface in it, basically. But what gets me is the way that this article frames it. It's just like, oh, there's this race in the game that could be a racial stereotype, but it's not 100% clear. And it's just like, oh my god, no, it could not possibly be more clear that these characters are meant as a racial stereotype. You don't have to give them the benefit, you don't have to give them that much benefit of the doubt. It's okay. You can call that out. Let's talk to Neneko here. Hey, Neneko.
Gods be good! You're the adventurer who saved me back in the ruins, researching the ancient feud between Ul'dah and SHARKTASY, are you? Why, I'm pleased to say I have more than a passing familiarity with ancient history. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still, to the birth of their mother nation, Belladia. The fifth astral era was an age of untold wonders, when the arcane arts burgeoned, and the great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. This age of enlightenment would not last, however. Power bred avarice, and the avarice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake.
You can learn a little bit more about this in the Red Mage questline.
Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, with many forced to leave their homelands and face death. It was a small band of those survivors that found their way to Thanalan, where they would found the nation of Belladia some 8 centuries ago. Agone? Imagine. A government of mages, by mages, and for mages. What wonders might have wrought had Belladia's civilization survived to this very day? Alas, this was not to be.
I see. Erasmus, how are you?
You don't say. It's not every day someone comes to our halls to research SHARKTASY. As a fellow student of history, though, I more than welcome the conversation. Belladian civilization flourished in relative peace until twin sons were born to the royal family. The two were fierce rivals, and when they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne.
Oh hey, there's Hildebrand.
With neither son willing to relinquish his claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the twin nations of Ul'dah and SHARKTASY. But not unlike the two proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry. You can see this in their sports teams, the Ul'dah Red Sox and the SHARKTASY Yankees.
That's a little northeastern U.S. joke for you. Sports rivalries. I gotta sneak a little bit of my Bostonian blood in there. That's important. I see. Hildebrand, how do you fare? Knowledge is power.
And surely our thaumaturge friends have a wealth of knowledge on the feud between Ul'dah and SHARKTASY. Let us begin our inquiry. I have already started. Mamane, Yayaroku.
Greetings, traveler. You had learned the war between Ul'dah and the fallen Sultanate of SHARKTASY. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you.
Thank you for the sports joke. I don't understand it at all.
You're welcome. The two city-states coexisted for several generations, until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ul'dah emerged victorious, leaving its once proud sibling nation in smouldering ruins. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Ul'dah's superior numbers, SHARKTASY alchemists devised a most horrific stratagem. Employing a frightful formula known as the Traitor's Spurn, they brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it that they even employed the potion on those of the living who were too weak or wounded to fight. Sends shivers up the spine just thinking about it, no? It is truly a crowning glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these auras.
Yeah, Lalafell are very, like... Hey, what are you two doing over here? What? Look at these Lalafell being, like, all fucking evil. Look at these evil little dudes.
He's like, yeah, cast a fire spell when they return to your chamber. They'll never know what hit him.
Alright, you scamps. Oh, these guys are over here being evil too. Just like, yeah. We got Kokobani, Kokobaigo, Kokoboha, Kokobezi, Kokobuki. All the Kokos. 5 Kokos.
What's that you say? You seek knowledge of the bad blood between Ul'dah and SHARKTASY. I suppose I can spare a moment or two, but take good notes. I'm not fond of repeating myself. 2 scales, one of gold and one of silver. The gold of Ul'dah weighing prosperity and power, the silver of SHARKTASY weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the two nations differed greatly. Yes, greatly indeed. The power wrought by Ul'dah prosperity was that of justice and good, while the power wrought by SHARKTASY knowledge was horrific beyond belief. The power to rip the living soul of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter, the histories are clear. But riddle me this, my friend! Who writes the histories, and what does this say of the words writ within? Yes, truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sands. Riddle me this, Dark Knight! As one example, did you know that in the war against SHARKTASY, Ul'dah and Amalja warriors fought side by side? Likely you did not, and neither did I until I encountered a faded passage in an ancient text buried deep in our archives. And yet in the histories read by the populace, you will see no mention of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone, at some time, deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I have said enough already.
Okay, thank you. Hildebrand, how fail you? My ever-loyal associate, tell me, what have you learned from your questioning of the scholars in these halls? Oh, I learned all sorts of shit. Bunny banani banani. Indeed, as it happens, I have learned much the same. Let us take a moment to review and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. A war of succession divides the great civilization of Belladia, giving rise to the sibling nations of Ul'dah and SHARKTASY. The two nations coexist for some generations until ill blood boils over, culminating in outright war! Daunted by Ul'dah's superior military might, SHARKTASY employs their advanced alchemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens, alive and dead, into fearsome undead legion. Yes, I believe I have it. The facts at hand have led me to one unassailable conclusion. Our phantom thief is a descendant of doomed Sildee, who seeks vengeance against those who reduce his countrymen to slavering zombies. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully into the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Sildeen statesman who conceived his dreadful stratagem, and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought. Hildebrand, I think that's going to be a little tough. They are dead. A brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig this statesman out of his grave yourself. Well, now she was impressed. Like, come on, Brardian. Bunny learned Lalafell are powerful. Bunny extremely powerful too, though. Bunny very powerful. Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and specters, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Sildee. His garish garb is no doubt meant to evoke the silver scales of the fallen Sultanate. This Sildeen connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Beladian relics our thief clearly possesses. But what of the murder victims? What common thread amongst them could have incurred the ire of our adversary? A few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightened air about him. Wait. Yes, it's coming to me. Of course! My keen investigator's senses ring out with a voice loud and clear. This man Miss Ellie speaks of just might know something! You really should stop thinking so hard. You're like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man and where might we find him? My sources identify the man as Guguria, a traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Shall we pay him a visit? Yeah, okay. Whoa, what the fuck was that? Hold on! Fucking Noom! Oh! Yo, that dude had his heelys out! That was awesome! Where do I get the Eorzean heelys? I'm kidding, I know that they're on the Mog Station. God, that was incredible. What an amazing video game. Ooh, this person got the Black Mage armor. God, I kind of miss being a Black Mage. For context, my first character that I created was a Black Mage, and that was back in like 2013, 2014. God, that was back when, in order to get a Soulstone class, you needed to not only reach level 30 in a primary class, like Thaumaturge, but you also needed to reach at least level 15 in a secondary class. So, like the Black Mage, for example, you had to reach level 30 as a Black Mage, or no, excuse me, the Black Mage you had to reach level 30 as a Thaumaturge, and you had to be level 15 as an Archer. These days, no such secondary class is needed. You can just, oh. there goes the fucking Namazu. These days, you can just basically, do whatever. And just reach level 30 in a specific class and you get your Soulstone. My keen instincts told me Master Guguria's testimony will be key to a monumental breakthrough in our investigation. Yes, I shall employ the ancient Mandrival art of parley to skillfully extract the information we require. I believe in you, Hildebrand. You can fucking do it! Heard all about that. It seems like a lot of work. It wasn't so bad back then. Yes! If you've got business, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with every stranger who passes by. Forgive us, good sir. My name is Ellie, a reporter with the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all-seeing, you know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with just a few questions. Was it for love or money that you killed them? Yes, you, the thief of many faces. Me? A thief? What is this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but I ain't got the time or the patience for this mummery. Now, if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits. I thought I recognized that voice. Lady Ul'dah! Well met indeed. Pray, tell, whatever brings you to these environs for this fair day? Why, I live here, you ham-headed half-wit! Inspector Briardian, this is an unexpected pleasure. Do you have some business with my associate here, pray tell? Guguria, we can discuss business after. Pray lend the inspector here, the handsome one, whatever assistance he requires. But Lady Ul'dah, what about... Ah, yes, my dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prize pieces from Eshtame's latest seasonal collection. You would be able to procure one for me, yes? Or should I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Ul'dah myself? I'll say it just once more, Guguria. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions your full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, helped me regain something truly precious. Priceless. Yes, something more valuable than any mere trinket. Her daughter's smile. I do think it's really cute that they call birthdays name days in FF14. It is. Alright, I'll tell you what I know, but you didn't hear it from me, got it? I was looking into the killing on behalf of a client of mine. The thief's got himself some of that zombie dust the trader's spurn, was it? And his cards speak of 5 victims. It got me to thinking. Sildee, 5 victims. Aye, the Arbiters of Truth. The Arbiters of Truth. I am not familiar with the name. Aye, few would be, on account of them being something of a secret society and all. Influential personages of the Sultanate, you see, working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Ul'dah-Sildee conflict from reaching the ears of folk like you and me. False knowledge? Pray tell, just what sort of knowledge might that be? Those balls! Don't make me say no more! I've got a family to feed! Very well. Just tell us one last thing. Who hired you and where can we find him? Hob! His name's Hob! When he heard what I said, he told me he was going to set sail for Limsa with his 5 best sellswords to guard his back. Said there were many prying eyes at the airship docks. Said he had a private ship docked and waiting for him at Vesper Bay. But remember, you didn't hear none of this from me. This man Hob must be one of the killer's targets. Doubtless he also knows the identity of the remaining one. I doubt that. They say the Arbiters are so secretive they don't even know each other's true identities. Now, don't ask me how that all works, but Hob's got high-ranking friends in the Brass Blades. Once he heard the victims had been all zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew that he'd be next. Thank you very much, my kind sir. Once again, the ancient Manderville art of parley has procured for us a key morsel of knowledge. Let us seek out this Hob fellow and see what he can share with us. And let us hurry. The man's life is in danger, even as we speak. Okay. Okay, bye. Hildebrand. I would hear what this Hob fellow has to say. Come, my ever-loyal associate. Let us away to Vesper Bay with all speed. Ah, yes. Let us pray return to the waking sands. Go, lizard. Pussy. Wait a minute. Oh, because they're a cat. They're a cat boy. That's a hell of a name for a cat boy. A dead guy. Hey, buddy. What you doing over there? Master Hob, is everything quite all right? No, stand back, Ellie.
Hunger. I hunger for your brains.
Oh,
God, dude, could you be any more of a stereotype?
Damn, there's no saving the man. Gale, do what you must.
Okay, it's time to kick ass. Wow, he went down like a punk bitch. Yes, my first-hand knowledge of zombies tell me this particular shade of green is unmistakably that of the undead. 'Twould seem we were a few moments too late to the scene.
A message. And then there was one. The Danganronpa killer!
Oh, and he's gone.
There it is again. Is something the matter, Inspector?
Indeed, Nashu, there is. Ever since I picked up the trail of the Phantom Thief, I've had this fleeting sense. A sense that someone, or something, is watching us.
The thief might be close at hand. We should be careful. For the moment, let us return and report our findings to Miss Felice. Secret society or no, knowing the identities of its members may yet lead us to the final victim. I, too, had best return to the Mithril Eye. Let us meet up again after. I'll see what new clues I can uncover in the meantime.
But then he just looked at them and they died again. I do have that effect. I am woefully over-leveled for this mission.
You will do nothing of the sort, Miss Ellie. These streets are far too dangerous for you to walk alone. Inspector! Inspector! I'll go with her.
If you insist, Nashu, then I give my leave. But pray be wary, not just of the thief, but of Miss Ellie. She has quite the temper, as we both know.
Oh, there she goes, scolding him. Briardian, what's up? Miss Ellie, there is something I must tell you when this case is over. Be safe, and promise me that you will not attempt anything rash, as you did that time when the fiend took aim at my own life.
Yeah.
Your life,
At Costa del Sol. Yes, that was quite the ordeal, wasn't it? Oh, God. Just fucking averts their eyes.
I'll be careful, I promise. I eagerly await the day when I may hear what it is you would share with me.
A secret vow. Oh ho! Consider my interest piqued as well, good Inspector. Now let us be off. Miss Felice awaits our report. Hi, I'm here too. Just kind of hanging in the back. Okay, bye. Right. Well, let us away. Hold on. I just gotta aim. There we go. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we gotta go to Scholar Walk. Scholar's Walk on here? No, we're gonna have to find the nearest Aetheryte shard. Arcane Dendeville? A lot of people hanging out in this. Coco Newhouse? What else we got around here? We got Zolian Bolian. We got Vatloch Gar. Where is he? There he is! That man has shiny green pants. Good for him. Alright, where are we going? Alchemist Guild. Got it. Wouldn't be worth going to Ul'dah if we didn't at least catch a glimpse of Nosage Blackrock. I had to mute myself while I stuffed my face full of chips. I apologize. Hildebrand, what do you have to say about all this? The news of Hobbs' death will not sit well with Miss Felice, but a gentleman must do what a gentleman must do. You said it. Humphrey?
Some shifty-looking fellow was eyeing the vaults before, but he took off faster than a fleeting cactar as soon as my gaze met his. Just like I cowed many a garleon on the plains. It's you. I love that. It's just like, Humphrey, we've been over this. You need to stop. A fourth victim? Thal have mercy. Were you able to glean aught of a connection to the other victims? The arbiters of truth. No, it cannot be. Somebody help! Ellie? Miss Ellie, the voice came from the direction of the vault. We must hurry. Yeah, we probably should. Oh, okay, bye. Miss Ellie, are you hurt? That man, I only thought to ask him a few questions. Before I knew what was happening, he was upon me. I could only... Bash his brains with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Ha! Remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Nashu not with you? She saw a figure lurking in the shadows and went off in pursuit before I could stop her. Nashu! This man wears the armor of a Sultan-sworn squire, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something is amiss. Poof. Huh. The thief of many faces. To think we would find our man like this. Thrice and again did the fiend elude our grasp, but no more. By virtue of a gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilistic puissance, I declare this case closed. I return this sachet to you, Miss Felice. Whilst this gesture was appreciated, in the end it proved superfluous to my cracking of the case. While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value that you'd like to wantonly destroy? Oh! What? What is the meaning of this? Ingenious. A double disguise planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt. This is Guigu. Guigue? One of my most capable men. I assigned him to guard the vault and outfitted him with an ample supply of demasking dust. It is inconceivable that the thief could so easily elude his grasp. Unless the thief was not wearing a mask. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie? No. That's impossible. Of course. It all makes perfect sense. With the Phantom Thief to thank for her burgeoning readership and rise through the ranks at the Mithril Eye, Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility of her story of a lifetime coming to an end. Thus, she hatched a plan to... My lady, the vault has been breached. The wise men's whisper. It's gone. Oh, fuck. For her foul crimes against the Sultanate, I hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, the thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops and do not rest until she is in custody. What a twist! The Danganronpa murderer. And now the game is truly afoot. Oh, hey.
Bah! What is the meaning of this racket and rumpus? And just as we were about to make our triumphant return. Isn't that so, Enkidu?
I always love that Enkidu has the exact same cluck noise sound effect. Nashu! Look out!
Miss Ellie! Miss Ellie! That shadow you said you saw? I think it was just a dormouse. Oh.
How dare you, quite frankly?
To think he'd literally stumble face first into the second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end.
Love how Hildebrand is usually technically right, but yet so wrong. Also, when I played this, I really didn't see that twist coming. It's fucking shocking, honestly.
But not to worry. Yes, I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve.
Nashu! How dare you, Phantom Thief? You will not live to see the end of this day. Well, actually, you probably will. Time moves really quickly in this game. Like day-night cycle. They hurt Nashu. They must pay! Just like, what's that? They hurt Nashu? Why, yes, I did break the hilt on my gunblade. By the way, do you know where they are? Where the Phantom Thief is, by any chance? Pray tell. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable.
How could we have been so blind?
Beneath the mask. Not even the shockingest turn of events will deter the famed agent of inquiry. My ever-loyal associate. We must find Miss Ellie, and quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companions, she can still be convinced to abandon this foul plan, this fool plan. Oh ho, Miss Felice! I thought you had already departed in the company of your men, but all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together?
I fear that would only put them at greater risk. You see, the fifth and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than...
Hildebrand Manter!
Me. Mind you, it is not a role I sought of my own accord.
I fucking... Hildebrand thinking he's the fifth Arbiter of Truth. Hildebrand, the Arbiters of Truth aren't so secret that they don't know they're an Arbiter of Truth. God damn it, man. Fucking keep it together.
My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day I had received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened and I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties, to prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer in the Sultan's Sworn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm until such a time as the killer is apprehended.
Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Felice, but there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress, and as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. I'm getting, like, lightheaded. I might need some water, actually. I'm gonna go get some water real quick. 1 second. Excited to report that I have narrowly avoided an attack by an enemy stand. When I wasn't looking, it switched the water dispenser on the fridge to the ice dispenser, and thus ice spilled all over the floor. I barely made it out of there with my life. Also, dinner's ready. So I'm going to try this. Give me a second.
It's chicken.
There's like a sauce that was prepared with this. It's pretty good.
Oh.
Alright. Let me just move this a little bit farther from the mic. And drink some water. My associates here also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant?
Inspector! Over here!
Igael's standing here just like, something seems off. Something is very... I'm getting weird vibes off this Nashu. This isn't my Nashu. Food. Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you. Yeah. Come on, piece of chicken. Come on, piece of chicken. There we go.
I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw somebody in the shadows, so I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anything there but a dormouse, but it was a really cute dormouse, you see? Just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just...
Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector's sense speaks to me. Someone is watching us. Igael, let us split up and canvass our surroundings. Okay. Got my eyes on you.
Where is Miss Ellie? Do you think she went looking for the dormouse too?
You can't fool me. I'll find out. I see right through your disguise. Hold on. I can literally see right through your disguise. Give me a second. Oh. Damn. Hold on. Apologies, Igael, but I'd require a moment alone with my thoughts. I understand.
I cannot allow my presence to put my men in danger.
Whoa. Mysterious stalker. A water-stained letter. And just... Food. Ah. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Be wary and be warned. I see. Damn, I wish I could read. Anyway, water-stained letter. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Trust no one, and your friends all the less. Damn, wish I could read. Oh, hey, there's like a satchel. Water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. This will avail you well. Use it wisely. You obtain a sachet of damasking dust. In the next instant, you feel an intimidating presence behind you. Huh? Oh. Ho ho! If it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Eigeld! Alright, 1 second. Come on. Come on. Ah, shit. Okay. Need food. I was in the area on a matter of business, which I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you. Yeah, I mean, you could say that. Bunny, 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 bunny. Oh ho! So your pursuit of the thief of many faces has taken quite the unexpected turn, and now you have come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend, or is this but another trap laid by the fiend? Yes, the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere, or anyone, myself excluded, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of this Mandeville man. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be in a bit over his own head this time. A bit over his head this time. Allow me to assist in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildebrand, his dear mother would, not be pleased. Elise? Okay, Briarden, you got anything new? Nope. Hey, wait a minute. Something just isn't right. That is great. I love that this guy can feel it. I mean, it makes sense. If anybody is going to be able to have an idea that Nashu is not who she seems, it's the dude stalking her. If the sender speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst. And yet we have but a single sachet of the demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the impostor beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Eigeld. What say you have a few words with each of them, and see if aught seems amiss? Sir, do you have anything to say? Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things. Briardian? Miss Ellie is the phantom thief. It is the only logical conclusion. And yet I cannot help but feel that yet another truth still evades us. Nashu? Inspector Briardian told me all about it. Who'd have thunk Miss Ellie was the phantom thief all this time? She sure fooled me. I just don't know. Let me just... This chicken wasn't cooked in a slow cooker like the chicken yesterday, so it's not falling apart quite as easily. So I gotta, like, tear at it. Oh. Got a drink. Ah. Ah. Nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say? It stands to reason. The fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse. Curses. This one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence. Oh, hey, it's Hildebrand. I questioned the Sultan sworn outside. To a man, they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone?
Father! What brings you here? Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now, if you would kindly stand still and shut up, the fiend already stands among us. Among us! There's an imposter in our midst! Inspector Briardian! I should hope you are not doubting me! Well, I'm quite convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy. The fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities. An astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder Eigeled here found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet or two lying about, would there? What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party, but worry not, they should be reporting back within a bell's time. Huh, time might be against me, but just you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into the reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be. I fear that is more time than we can afford, Miss Felice. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. We know that, given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has only had passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from the consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Eigeled here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had a close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning mine own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I.
Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything.
Of all the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense. If you ask me anything too obscure, my cover is as good as blown. My relationship with Nashu is so close, I dare say at times it is as if we share a mind. If this Nashu is truly my ever-loyal assistant, she should have no trouble completing my thoughts. Ahem. I'm a Manderville. That's so easy, Hildebrand. I like to think that the only reason Benoni doesn't call fake Nashu out is because she doesn't want to hurt someone who looks like her. That's a good point. Doing what only a Manderville can. From the peaks of Kurthis to Thanalan, Manderville.
Man, you're the best, Inspector.
A perfect score. You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, indubitably the true Nashu. Are you sure about that? I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you. Nashu, is something the matter? Just because you've picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours.
Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty, cretinous old... Genius, Inspector?
The charade is up, Miss Ellie. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna just... video clip. What? That's not Miss Ellie. Miss Ellie, you look somehow... different. Alright, now I'm just gonna food real quick. 1 second.
Alright, nothing left in the bowl but rice. Which I feel less weird about eating while the mic's on. Ah, someone's got the wind-up ultras over here. Adorable. Alright, Godbert, what do you have to say about all this?
So the letters spoke true. The fiend was in our midst all along.
My prodigious powers of deduction scream out to me. This woman knows something. Fuck. Probably. Briardian?
Another two-layered mask, mayhap? But no. This woman bears a striking resemblance to Miss Ellie.
Police?
I was all but certain that Ellie was our thief. What is the meaning of this?
Let's find out! Hold on, I'm fucking... There we go.
Truths untold. Who is this unfamiliar woman, and what secrets does she hold?
Let's fucking find out!
Seven hells. Done in by a muscle-bound muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers. But just who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet... Consulting Inspector Briardian. Once again, you fail to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, and my eminently capable partner in crime. Gasp! 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You can call me Cece. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite all right? Why, you look as if you've seen a ghost. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no specters. What we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Syldean aristocracy. Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find two sisters behind the mask. Try using your brains once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show, oh, and those priceless relics, was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers, all while spinning the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of this nation. We owe you a lot. We owe a lot to you, truly. Why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we never could have risen to these heights of celebrity.
Miss Cece, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing and one thing only. Just what is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all of your schemes?
Justice! 400 years ago, Ul'dah dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards that would still justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate. Wait, the histories say that it was Syl'dah that turned their own men to zombies. The histories lie! And you work from the shadows, silencing those who would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbiter. It was Ul'dah that ordered the creation of that dreadful power, and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate is built on a lie. What is this madness you speak, woman? Not madness, truth. The powder in my possession was stolen from the Ul'dah army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage in the moments before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth that the histories don't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed sultan sworn would kill to keep buried in the sands of Thanalan. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes. Before long, you and everyone in this rotten nation will know firsthand the horror my ancestors knew. And just what do you mean by that? Oh, how the idiots lap up the stories. A masked crusader for justice. A dashing rebel waging battle against power and authority. Oh, if only they knew. But they will see soon enough, when they're eating each other's brains out on the streets. In the last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors stole a vast quantity of the powder from the Ul'dah vaults, holding it away in a secret vault sealed with powerful magics. The sole means by which the vault may be opened, by assembling 4 secret relics from Belladia, 4 relics once housed in the royal palace of Sildi before the Ul'dah dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. And so it dawns upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault, the 4 relics safely in hand. Just think, one day you'll be able to tell your grandchildren you were there when zombie powder rained down on Ul'dah. No, wait, you'll all be dead. Preposterous.
Is it? I don't know, it seems pretty reasonable.
But first, you, my dear. You will not even have the pleasure of looking upon the last moments of your precious homeland. Let your flesh rot like all of your rotten lies. I think not, Miss Cece. Hildebrand! Oh, shit. Hildebrand. You idiot. Just for once, could you not get in the way? Godbert Mandeville! I can't even trust your sorry ass to look after him for a day. I knew it! That presence watching over us from the shadows! It was you, my dear wife! What? Ahem. Am I to understand that you are Hildebrand's mother? Aye, that is more like it. Hand to hand, skillet to skillet. It's enough to send a warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, Igeld. The time of our final confrontation is nigh. Gilgamesh, this is a really bad time. Oh, fuck. Do you have popotos for brains, you overstuffed buffoon? My beloved boy's been turned into a stinking corpse if ye hadn't bloody noticed. You, Igeld or something, was it? Hildy's told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet ya. My dear boy's always had a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I can come on a bit too strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my sorry-arse husband here, and look what that got me. You'll help out, won't ye? Yes, ma'am. Juliana is so good. So good. God bless her. Julian. Oh, hold on. Wait for it. Okay, there she is. There they are. Aaron's just a little conked out. Gilgamesh, how you holding up? He's fine. I'm imagining walking over here, Gilgamesh is in like the Family Guy death pose. Felice, how you holding up? Inspector Hildebrand's mother? Briardian, what do you think of all this? I dare say it's quite clear who wears the pants in the family, so to speak. Briardian, I don't know if you've noticed, but neither of them are really wearing pants. Anyway. Briardian, just say she pegs him. Like, come on. Anyway. Reunited with my dear boy for the first time in ages, and just look at him. He's green. What's wrong with green? Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse, and I know just the remedy. A phial of holy water. The ingredients are simple. A tatter of oversoul rags and a phial of twice distilled water. Sintgart at the market stocks the former, and the latter you can procure from a trader by the name of Guest. Now hurry! Once the poison spreads throughout his veins, no antidote will save him. In the meantime, I will search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashu is still alive. Please bring her back to me, Boyardian.
Ouch, that smarts. Ye gads, Hildy. You're looking none too hardy yourself.
No thanks to you, you bumbling oaf. Now are you going to accompany Igeld here and make yourself useful, or do I have to reintroduce you to that wall?
But of course, my lady. Gilgamesh is ever at your service. Sintgart Sundries, was it? Come now, Igeld, there is work to be done.
Okay, bye, Enkidu. A piece of oversoul rags from Sintgart Sundries and a bottle of twice distilled water from the trader Guest. Now hurry, gods damn it, my dear boys, life is at stake. Alright, where are you at? Hammer Avenue Exchange. Where's the nearest? There it is. Okay. Damn, busy day in the markets today. Oh, that's cute. She's got 4 ears. The carbuncle look is a good one, honestly. Hey, Sintgart.
Oversoul rags, you say? I fear I've only a single tatter left in stock, and it's already been spoken for. But my good man, you must reconsider. My dear friend's life, and quite possibly mine own as well, hangs in the balance. I sympathize with your plight, friend, but a man has to make a living. I've been promised a copious supply of rare chimera membrane for these rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal. Gah, and you expect us to be able to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice?
Well, look what we have here. If it isn't the Warrior of Light from the Colosseum. Funny who you meet at the markets. Oh! Banani. As it happens, I just returned from my training, and the slaying of 10 chimeras just happened to be my task for the day. If it's chimera membrane you seek, you're more than welcome to a share. Oh, wow. That's convenient.
My lady, you are far too kind.
Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for Inspector Hildebrand and Igeld here, I'd still be tag-teaming with that slimy beast and cheating my way to fame and fortune. I'm a woman who pays her debts. Thank you, Avila.
Thall take me if it wasn't Avila the Tempest. Ever since she confessed to her trickery and started climbing back up from the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call myself one of her biggest fans. Why, I've half a mind to give you these rags you seek simply for the privilege of meeting her.
You can have the membranes, though. I don't want to hold on to these.
A kind sentiment, my good man, but we are more than happy to uphold our side of the bargain, aren't we, Igeld? And with this, our task here is done. Now, let us find this trader named Guest.
Procure twice distilled water from Guest. Back to the Chamber of Roll. Oh. God, I wish I knew how to play music. I would, like, take up Bard in a heartbeat. Hello, Guest.
The blundering Manderville boy is on his last legs, and you need something of mine to save him, you say? Perhaps you can give me a good reason why I should care. Those bloody Mandervilles are richer than the traders themselves, yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last gill for every purchase. If the family line ended today, I'd be a happier and wealthy man. And now I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you, and do pass along my condolences to the grieving parents. Have you not a shred of honor or compassion in that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man is on death's doorstep.
After the events of that day, my father will not so easily forgive and forget, but it matters not to me. No, my love for you is as deep as the 7 seas. I beg of you, oh wait, hold on. My lady, may I have this dance? Oh. I gave him the wrong voice. Hold on, I'll correct it in a second. But look who it is! It's the folks from Costa del Sol. Hi, Geld. What a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance? Bunny banana, banana, banana. Heavens, the poor inspector.
Well, if it isn't the Lapis Maiden in the flesh, what say you bid farewell to the preening fops and scruffy adventurers and share a dance with a cultured gentleman befitting your grand beauty?
You're hardly a gentleman, sir.
Why, it would be a pleasure and honor of both, my lord.
Yes.
Provided you first provide my good friend Eigeld with the bottle of twice distilled water that she seeks.
Haha, get fucked. How embarrassing for you.
You know this woman? Bah, if that is the price you would set, then so be it. Take it, it's barely worth its weight in gill anyway. Now, shall we, Miss Arabella?
Here you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Arabella. I knew Hildy to be a worthy rival, but to think he was this beloved by so many. Clearly this realm would deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Eigel, let us deliver these goods while there is still time to save him.
I would deeply mourn his loss. Honestly, I really like the Hildebrand questline before this quest, but this quest is what made me fall in love with the questline. It's true. Like, I love this concept of just like, it's like, oh god. It's like all of those moments in like the Spider-Man films where it's like Spidey's in this like specifically the Sam Raimi movies, like the end when he's like trying to save Mary Jane and the kids and Gobby's got him in his sights, but then like everyone on the bridge just starts chucking trash at Green Goblin. It's just like moments like that where it's just like community coming together around like a central figure like that in like an inspiring way. I fucking love it when stories do that. And like this is a great way to do that. Just like all these people whose lives you've affected in your adventure, just by sheer fucking coincidence, happening to be in like the exact same area that you're in, and it's just like, hey, all these people we helped, they're gonna repay you for your kindness. It's nice.
I got the stuff.
Hey, where's okay, well, whatever. I trust the two of ye wouldn't dare come back empty-handed. No, I've got this. I've got the stuff. I promise. Please don't hit me with the frying pan.
Bloody brilliant! I'd take you over my muscle-headed half-wit of a husband any day.
Please do.
Now just stand back and let me show you some real Manderville home cooking. Thal, ye bloody bugger, guide my skillet! Aye, that should stop its spread. Now it's up to Hildy to flush what's left out of his system. Don't worry, he's my son after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left in him. Between you and Godbert, I should hope so. Oh, hey, Briardian. Nashu! Look who I found. She was slumbering obliviously in a rubbish-strewn corner of Pearl Lane.
Boy, did that nap feel good. Nashu, sweetie. Yes, I'm sure it did. Igeld, word has it that Ellie has been sighted at the Sealdine ruins. We must go there with all haste. Okay. You've done well by my dear boy today. Don't worry, I'll handle things from here. There's a nice warm bed for him, and I think I know a few specialists who might know a thing or two about his condition. What in the seven hells are you standing around for? The future of Ul'dah is at stake. Yeah, okay. Nashu, shall we? Oh, well, okay.
Igeld, my strength is yours as well. For Ul'dah, and for our friend Hildy.
You remind me of my husband, what with ye having more muscles than sense. If you're so keen on making yourself useful, why don't you run to the markets and bring some fire crystals? Keeping my dear boy warm is key to fighting off the zombification. Let's see, I believe 20 crates or so should suffice.
I am a warrior, not yes, milady.
Believe me, Gilgamesh, today you're an errand boy.
I say, Enkidu, the burden we bear is simply to secure my long-awaited final confrontation with Igeld. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. Igeld and Hildy both. Oh, to be blessed with such veritable legions of friends, tried and true. But alas, not I. No. Only one true friend have I ever known, and she is long lost to me. You are a fine bird, and have given me great comfort in my travels, but you will never be Enkidu, my one and true companion. Oh, my friend, were you here with me, even Igeld could not stand against our combined might. Oh, Enkidu, wherever you may wander, hear my words and return here to my side. Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu!
Blah.
Ye gods! What was that flash from the heavens? It nearly blinded me. And... what? The crystals! Where have they gone?
Fancy meeting you here, old friend.
That voice! Could it be? My faithful companion! Why must you always make me wait so?
Julian would send you on your way. Her last vow. What are you doing dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory. There's a moonsick maid digging around at the SHARKTASY excavation site with her mind set on turning Ul'dah into the land of the walking dead. Your concern for Hildy is most touching. But don't ye worry. Mommy dearest isn't going to let her beloved son kick the bucket that easily. I believe you. I believe you could defeat death itself, Julian. God bless you. Let's go to the SHARKTASY excavation site. Why isn't it... Take me to Black Boy Stadium.
Fuck. Throat is getting a little scratchy, but I'm going to power through it. We don't have too much more left of Hildebrand, Agent of Enquiry.
Go, lizard. Oh, Felice. And Cece. How are you two doing? We've managed to track down Miss Ellie just up ahead, where your friends watch over her as we speak. Yet no matter how many times we try to reach out to her, she refuses to so much as answer. Needless to say, we considered physically incapacitating her, but that crate she's sitting on just isn't just a makeshift chair. It's filled to the brim with the traitor's spurn. One misstep, and the consequences could be dire indeed. You are our only hope, Igeld. Even in her single-minded rage, surely the time you spent together must still count for something. You need not put yourself in undue danger. I only ask that you step forth to where your voice may be heard and call out your friend's name. I beg of you, Igeld. Surely if anyone can convince the woman to abandon her madness, it is you! With the chat mode and say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to call out Ellie and convince your erstwhile friend and companion to listen to reason. I will do this thing. To, you know, avoid mass death. Oh, hey, everybody's here. And everybody's got something to say. And there's Ellie! She looks so lonely. Gilgamesh, what do you think of all this?
Oh ho! To think this girl and her sister were behind the crimes all along. I dare say this realm is awash with capable adversaries.
Gobot?
You'd do well not to anger the last friend. She's sitting atop an ample supply.
What's that noise?
I think somebody's blending something?
She's sitting atop an ample supply of that zombie powder, and I suspect she's not afraid to use it.
Nashu, are you okay? I haven't checked up on you yet. How are you feeling?
Miss Ellie, and I thought we were friends.
Oh, Nashu. I pet. What's the scoop, Riardian?
It beggars belief that I could have been so blind.
Oh, don't fucking beat yourself up over it. We're all just a bunch of idiots out here. I should just have to stand here. I don't think I have to target it. Oh, I targeted it anyway. Oh well, whatever. Ellie! Ellie! Oh, she looks very pretty without her hat. Hi, Gald. I suggest you leave this place while you still can. I bear you no grudge, but should you so much as think of interfering, I'll not hesitate to turn you into a zombie too.
So it was you after all. Consider me disappointed. Your sister Cece is already in custody. Surrender now and I will see that no harm befalls her.
How little you understand us, Inspector. Then again, how could one born into a life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Cece and I have no family, no friends, no fortune, nothing. Two sisters against the world, with only our quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago we made a vow, should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, over our own wretched lives. Do you see now? Anything I might have once had to lose, I lost long ago. Now stand down or suffer the same fate as the Ul'dah dogs you would defend.
Ellie, stop this madness!
I'm sorry, Inspector. Oh. Shit.
There's too many of them.
There really isn't, considering who's here. All in a day's work for a Mandeville man! I didn't read the rest of that, but it's fine. Wow, this scene was almost serious for a hot minute there. Nashu! Thank you, Gilgamesh. I am in your debt. For saving my girl Nashu. You only delay the inevitable. I have an entire legion of the undead at my beck and call. Face it, it's only with Inspector Hildebrand's ridiculously good fortune that you even made it this far. And he's good as 6 fulms under.
Be forewarned, girl. Know that I speak from experience when I say, underestimate Hildy, and you do so at your own peril.
That's true. I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of the traitor's spurn. I fear the good inspector's luck has finally run out. Thal's balls! Is there no end to them? I'm not liking our chances. Greg, was it? I love how he's just like,
Yes, I'm Greg.
it's a shame to lose you, Igeld. Warrior of light that you are, you might yet have served one last purpose for us. Go forth, my zombie minions! Yeah! The fucking pratfall. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. Bugger me with a broadsword, are my eyes to be believed? That pose. No, these are not 4 warriors of light that I see. They are 4 gentlemen of light! Just so, my good man! Hildebrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. Did you miss me? Hey, we meet again, girl! Tell me you've got my snurble tonic, or I'll fashion myself a wig from your lovely locks after I've ripped them clean from your bloody head! Did you just threaten my goal?
Oh, hello there, Master Eleazar. Cor, you're looking absolutely resplendent today.
Impossible! The holy water couldn't have cured him.
It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder. When we heard that Master Zombiebrand was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action. And immunity to... I'm just going to pretend that makes any kind of sense. I fucking love Hubert in the back just like, yeah! The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady like yourself.
It's over. It's all over. Inspector Briardian, you said there was something you would tell me when all was through. I imagine you have no words for me now. Ellie, your powers of deduction are wanting. You said that you had lost everything and everyone you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I have found someone, with whom I intend to never part. I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your jail cell a free woman, I will be there. What say you? I'm having feelings and emotions. I hope I get to see that, honestly. Like, I hope we get to see the moment that Ellie is a free woman again. Miss Ellie, well, crimes perpetrated by you and your sister are unpardonable. You are far from the only ones guilty. On behalf of the Syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspersions cast upon your ancestors. You said that the nation of Ul'dah was built on lies. Seeing what I have seen today, I cannot deny your words. It will not be an easy task to rewrite, nay, restore history. But know this, I will do everything in my power to bring the truth to the fore.
Bunny sad.
Ahem. Are we not forgetting someone here? And by someone, I mean me!
Huh? Oh, hey Gilgamesh. What's up?
If you're quite done playing cloak and dagger, I require Igeld's presence for a matter of far greater importance. The time of our too long delayed confrontation is nigh. Why the long face, friend? But mayhap this will have you singing a happier tune?
Oh.
Could it be? The Treaty Blade! And the true one at that! None other. And I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save to the one who would defeat me in single combat. But I misspeak. It will not be single combat this time.
Is that my cue, old friend? Oh.
Gilgamesh, did you summon a fucking primal?
Thal be merciful. What is that abomination? Some new breed of void scent?
Abomination! I'll thank you to address my companion with courtesy, girl. But 'twas the most curious thing. There I was, hauling a crate full of crystals for Hildy's mother, thinking about how much better things would be if my dear friend Enkidu were here. Then came a flash from the heavens, and the next thing I knew, there she was!
The fucking gentle dead man in the background? By the gods, it makes perfect sense! Doubtless the crystals heard Greg's heartfelt plea, summoning forth his friend. Nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal Enkidu. That's a problem. And the world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic.
Igeld, you may have bested me in the past, but facing two of us together will not prove so easy a task. And yet I trust that you will not shirk from the challenge. Enkidu and I shall await you at Andapur Keep. 'Tis a ways from here, but what better venue for our climactic confrontation? If you would claim the Treaty Blade, then claim it from me as a warrior. To the skies, Enkidu, to the skies!
2 against 1? That's not very gentlemanly of you, Greg. Come, Igeld, to Andapur! And there he goes. This is a grave development indeed. To think that one man could summon a primal on his own. I must send word to the Scions at once. I'm literally right here. Bunny, banani, banani. Minnie, please don't step on the keyboard. Oh, but of course. I had forgotten we had a warrior of light in our very midst. Please, Igeld, if you're our only hope to slay the primal and reclaim the blade. Okay. We're fucking lucky that Gilgamesh wasn't tempered. But maybe Enkidu isn't one to temper. Oh god, everyone's got dialogue. Okay, hold on. Nashi, what do you think about all these developments?
Look at the Inspector go! I'm right behind you, Inspector!
You're still standing here, but you know what? That's fine. You stay here out of harm's way. Briardian? And with that, my work here is done. You are by far the least incompetent associate I encountered in my travels. For preserving some shred of my sanity, you have my thanks. That said, my time in this land was not a total loss. My experiences here have taught me an important lesson. That this world and the fools who populate it rarely, if ever, abide by the principles of logic. This should serve me well in my future cases. And, most importantly of all, I leave here with a vow that has given my life new meaning. But this is no time for sentiment. After 400 years, this might very well spell the end for the Arbiters of Truth. Whether or not to replace the Fallen is a decision for my superiors to make. In either event, I have decided to renounce my position. I thought they were but white lies, but I have seen firsthand the suffering they can cause.
The Gentlemen of Light, Core, they were every bit as radiant as I pegged them to be.
Yeah? Oh, your name's Humphrey. I called you Hubert earlier. I'm sorry.
One day I'll be a hero myself. Just you watch.
Ellie, forgive me. I'm sorry for deceiving you, Igeld. For what it's worth, it wasn't personal.
Ho ho ho! I knew that if anything could bring Hildy back from the undead, it would be my dear wife's hand-mixed holy water. That's the world-class culinarian I married.
All's well that ends well, eh, Igeld? Hildy's undead acquaintances were kind enough to make an appearance at my request. Who'd have thought zombies could be such gentlemen? I reckon it must be my son's good influence. To am to poor.
God, that is a ways away, huh? Such a large amount of voice acting is definitely probably what's like making me a little bit lightheaded, because I remember feeling this exact same kind of sensation when I was playing Travis Strikes Again, and then doing the whatchamacallums, God, I already forget what they're called. Fuck. The visual novel segments, that's right.
Ooh, that reminds me though. No More Heroes 3 is out tomorrow.
And we're going to be streaming it. So keep an eye out for that. But I'll go over all that in just a bit here once we finish up. Oh, Hildebrand, there you are. Ahem! Is that you, Igeld? Pray forgive me, I was right on Greg's trail when I encountered a subterranean curiosity that demanded my immediate attention. I will be conducting my investigation forthwith, but in the meantime, might I trouble you to entertain Greg and his primal friend in my stead? Together we will reclaim the treaty blade from that knave, Igeld. Yes, just go on ahead, I'll be along directly. First things first. Battle in the Big Keep. No, not Cape Westwind. Okay. I have no idea how this is going to work unsynced for us, but let's give it a shot. I should be stupidly over-leveled enough that this will work just fine.
At long last, we meet again on the battlefield. I dare say Enkidu shall come to enjoy our tussles as much as I. You, however, might not find this one so enjoyable. Unless you enjoy getting pounded senseless. Ha ha!
Okay, so there are two of them. Let's go. Well, this is actually going pretty quick. Oh, fuck, I'm a chicken. No, please, no chicken. Please, do not pay any attention to the chicken behind the curtain. Oh, I'm gonna fucking die. It or bend. Ooh, we're going. I'm not gonna die, actually. I think I'm gonna be fine. Haha! I'm gonna just... There we go. God damn it! Ow. I'm alright. Ooh. That one's a big hurty. Alright, well, as long as they don't hit me with that again, I should be okay. Yep. Ah, thank goodness. Fight on, Enkidu, my ever-faithful... Enkidu, are the bonds of our friendship so fragile? Gilgamesh, buddy, you gotta stop this. This is getting embarrassing. Me? Run away? Ha! I was but seeking out a more suitable spot to celebrate my inevitable victory. But enough exposition. Now we fight like men and ladies who dress like men. Wait a minute. For Gilgamesh, it is transmogrifying time. Hey, buddy, what's that mean? Oh! The mightiest warrior ever to grace Eorzea stands before you, by which I mean I, Gilgamesh. Prepare yourself. Okay. That's pretty dope. I'll give you that. I am gonna beat you senseless, though. Just saying. Like, check this out. Oh, shit. Oop. I feel I should probably get rid of these guys as quick as possible. Whoop. Hey, wait. To think that my full completement of arms would avail me not. Compliment, excuse me. Yeah, it availed you not, but it made me want to play Asura's Wrath. No more hijinks from Gilgamesh. You have my word. The Treaty Blade 2 I shall return, just as soon as I remember where I hid it. That's fair. Anyway, I yield to your unparalleled puissance. Spare my insignificant life, I beg you. Yeah, alright. Da 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 da. Ooh, what'd I get from that? Unable to obtain Enkidu. You have already received one. That's true. Yes, thank you, Greg, indeed.
Not? Ha! I lied again! Like a rug! Oh, I kill me. You can take that fusty old blade for all I care. I thirst for true power, and not save the strongest of swords will suffice. Warrior of Light, you have proven a worthy opponent, but I warn you, treasure every moment with your weapon. For as sure as day follows night, the hour will come again when I claim it as mine own, till we meet again.
There he goes. Hey, Hoda Bland.
What ho, Igeld! Have you seen Greg and his oversized avian companion? Lead me to them at once, and we shall deliver the coup de grace together! The battle has already been won. That is triumphant news indeed. Clearly the lessons you have learned from me have not been for naught. And what's this you say? The treaty blade lies hidden somewhere in the nearby wood? Worry not, my ever-loyal associate, for no buried treasure will escape the keen eye of Hildebrand, agent of enquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Now, which way was it to the forest again?
Oh, hey, you all came all the way out here.
Hi, Gelt. What news of the Primal and the Treaty Blade?
Bunny banani bonani banani.
Remarkable. I knew the Warrior of Light would emerge triumphant. Let us hope that Inspector Hildebrand enjoys similar success in finding the blade.
Such design! Such craftsmanship! At once bold and powerful, yet sensitive and refined. I believe I've found the inspiration for my next masterpiece.
Of course they're beautiful. They were the greatest treasures of lost Ul'dah. To think that they were locked away in the vaults of those that destroyed our homeland and dragged our ancestors' names through the mud.
And just how did you come to know of these long-lost relics?
There was an ancient scroll passed out...
Nashu. Hey. Nashu.
Passed down by our family, left to us by our dear grandmother. It spoke of the 4 warriors of life, their 4 relics, and an incantation of untold power. If we had have wielded this magic of legend, Ellie and I might still have had the last laugh. Alas, speaking the words had no effect. Only a warrior of light can wield the power, or so the legend goes. What I wouldn't have given to see it, the ultimate achievement of the greatest mages this realm has ever known.
And just what sort of incantation is this?
The ring casts open the doors of justice. The wise man whispers a verdict true. Azema's virtue shines down from the heavens. To complete the incantation, the Warrior of Light would then hold forth the treaty blade and speak, "Blade in hand, I swear unto you." The legends differ as to what happens next, but all speak of a great holy radiance shining down from the heavens.
Over here, fiends! Or friends? Fuck. Over here, friends! Hildebrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, returns with tidings most triumphant.
Fuck, he sure does.
He's like a kid in a candy store.
Behold, safe in my hands, none other than the treaty blade, and the real one this time, I swear unto you.
Yes, just like that. I swear unto you. Then...
My word! Whatever is this odd tingling sensation?
Ridiculous! Hildebrand isn't a warrior of light. He's just some fool who thought he could stop the lesser moon with his own bare hands.
It would seem the treaty blade is just as confused as the rest of us. Fucking Fee is gonna pop out of this thing.
No, the light. Someone stop it! I won't stand to see the legendary power of our forefathers wielded by this muscle-bound buffoon!
Is there something wrong with my controller? Hold on. Is that just a regular seam? Okay, it's just a regular seam. I thought my controller was cracked for some reason. Hildebrand looks so happy running with that sword.
Oh, no, it's working.
And there he goes.
Skyward ho! No one really knows what to make of this.
Well, I dare say that proved to be a most useful incantation indeed. And so the light of justice that shone from the treaty blade banished the shadow, returning peace to the land. So the legend ended. I must say I never expected to be quite literally a beam of light. I suppose I wouldn't have been much used to it. It wouldn't have been much use to us after all.
Inspector! Oh, Inspector, wait for me!
Thal's balls, Hildy! First you almost die at your poor mother's feet, and now you fly off to God knows where without even giving her a kiss goodbye! And there they go.
Ho ho ho! It appears that a case of Wanderlust has once again struck Hildebrand, as it has many a Vanderbilt man before him. Godspeed, my boy! When the day comes that you tire of mystery solving, your dear old man will be here to pass on to you the family art.
So, in the end, the Sildin incantation of legend was wielded not by a warrior of light, but a gentleman of light? Well, the treaty blade is some 6 centuries old, perhaps, after all. Perhaps it's not quite as sharp as it used to be.
Are you trying to suggest that the sword has gone senile?
The magic that brought peace and happiness to the people of Belladia. It was every bit as beautiful as I imagined. To think I would see it with my own eyes. It's nothing short of a dream come true.
He bumbles and stumbles through yet another case, and still he manages to make a girl's dreams come true. A gentleman to the end. The bloody bastard.
Well, there he goes.
What's this? A glint in the corner of my eye. A curious scent wafting in on the winds from a far-flung land. Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildebrand, shall be there, till we meet again!
Hi, Raggy, what's up? Why are you sticking your head out like that? Get out of here.
Hildebrand will return?
So, the Hildebrand... Oh, hold on. That's all, folks. You have completed the quest Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, exiting New Game Plus mode. So, the Hildebrand questline was, of course, so popular that even though they didn't intend to make any sort of like Hildebrand questline for Heavensward initially, they ended up doing so anyway. Because people just love Hildebrand, as they should. So, that's going to be it for today's stream. I want to thank everybody for coming by. I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. I fucking love the Hildebrand quest line. It's probably the best side quest line in this whole game, quite frankly. If you enjoyed the stream, you can subscribe to me here on Twitch. I have special emotes at tiers 1, 2, and 3. You can also follow me on Twitter at @Saiyan_intolerant or on YouTube at youtube.com/SaiyanIntolerant, where I post all the streams after they happen. What else? Art used for the stream was done by Pirate Cashew on Twitter. That's PIRATECASHOO. Fantastic artist, does a lot of horror work, so kind of keep that in mind. A lot of their work is like horror stuff, like body horror and shit like that. It's cool as hell if you're into that. If you're not, is probably kind of spooky. What's coming up? So tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm going to be playing No More Heroes 3. We're going to be just fucking going. We're just gonna go. We're gonna fucking power on through that game. We'll start tomorrow night, go into Saturday, and then finish up on Sunday, just like we did with Resident Evil Village. I'm gonna try to commit some more time to them more time to it on each day, so that we don't end up with like a final stream that's like 6 hours long. What else? Next Wednesday, as I mentioned, I'm going to be participating in the Twitch boycott, for September 1st, in protest of Twitch not fucking doing anything about the hate raids. So I will not be streaming next Wednesday, but we will be back on Thursday for more Final Fantasy XIV, where we'll be starting the next line of Hildebrand quests. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. I might take a quick break from that. It's going to really depend on like how I'm feeling. As great as these have been, it's a lot of work to do all this like admittedly pretty amateur voice work. And it's not something that I'm used to doing. And like I feel like maybe giving my throat a little bit of a break. Just because. You know how it is. Mitty, are you going to hop off the Xbox? Ooh, she's getting ready. Jump. Good jump, Mitty. But yeah. So I hope you'll tune in for that. Whatever it is we end up doing. I'm going to go ahead and get going for now. And I want to thank you all for coming by the Shark Stream. And I'll see you next time. Same Shark channel. Take care.